Crossing the finish line. That's what I saw when I felt the energy behind the cards for this week. This is a message for all signs, by the way. So the cards we have on the board is Four of Wands, Two of Swords, and the Judgment card. And the vibe that was really coming forward was Judgment, okay? It was like cutting, it was like when you run, what I saw was like that string as you're getting to the end of the finish line, like the person who reaches the end of like a race and their body kind of like cuts through it, right? The end of the finish line. Now the cards on the board is Four of Wands. It's a happy occasion. This is a cause for celebration, okay? It may have something to do with the conversation. Two of Swords is conversation. It's an exchange of ideas. So this finish line might have something to do with the conversation. Maybe that, ties a loose end. It puts a final bow on something, or it finishes something off, requires a conversation. And like I said, the Judgment card, it's big. It is, it's a big deal. That's what I'm getting with the Judgment card. It's a major cause for celebration. Let's look at the bottom. Whoa, Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is making progress. Making progress, like having shit actually happen as opposed to things kind of being boring, uneventful. Eight of Wands is shit happening in your life. And that's what this brings, is like a wave of new, maybe not new, but like action. It brings action into your life. So everybody's gonna feel a little bit of this coming this week, is a wave of action that comes with crossing the finish line and some kind of an exchange of an idea that happens once that finish line is crossed. There's like action begins. It's like almost like the finish line to something that then allows for just like it's almost like the domino to hit the next, it starts a domino effect. That's what it does. All right, let's pull Oracle cards, see if we can find out more information. Tell me more about what's going on with the collective, all signs coming up for this week. Tell me more about crossing the finish line. I did see, by the way, bells was another thing that I picked up on. So again, it just has a lot to do with like the attention grabbing energy of the Judgment card. Like it's loud, it's a big deal. It might even be like a declaration, something that is like seen by everybody. That might, like I said, might be tied to this event of crossing the finish line that closes something off. Okay, Capricorn, wow. So this has been a long time coming. This is a long ass race. This isn't like the 100-meter dash. This is like the 5-year dash, the 5-year life dash. And this puts a finish line on, it's almost like the end of an era. That's the vibe I'm getting from Capricorn, is this is the end of an era and we're crossing the finish line, or a large chunk of the collective is crossing. Now again, because this is general, you might be witnessing this happening to another person in your life. This doesn't have to happen to you because I'm doing a reading for all signs. So it's gonna show up in your field, however it shows up in your field. Let's see what else comes up. Wow, Mercury, there's that conversation. There's that exchange of ideas. Now, Mercury can even be receiving an email, but it seems to be tied to a prize. It's a prize. That's literally what just popped into my brain, a prize. So the finish line comes with a prize. Of course it does. Why wouldn't it, right? And that's what we're talking about. And I feel like everybody's getting a taste of this prize, On the bottom, we have the home. Why is the home on the bottom? Why is the home coming home? That's what just popped in my head. Coming home, especially with the Knight here, which is like a journey. So this has been like a long ass journey, and it's a coming home. Wow. This might be like a coming of age or a coming back to your roots. Okay, coming back to your roots. That's tied to finishing off this cycle in your life for a lot of people. And it's a good thing. It is a good thing. Venus, it might even be tied to your sense of beauty or value with Venus here. That might be a theme for you somewhere, but it's a good thing. All right, let's see if we can get a little more specifics and also just find out advice for you guys if there's a way to navigate this energy or what you can expect, basically, so you can be ready. All right, I mean, maybe you've already crossed the finish line. Maybe this has already happened for you and you're sort of just sitting in the experience, but it could be happening soon. I think it's happening soon. I think it's short-term future that we're crossing this finish line. So like sometime this week, but not this day. Justice with the Devil. Talk about a long time coming. a long time coming. The devil, it goes on, actually the devil is associated with Capricorn. The devil card is, because it's like restrictive, and it's been a long, difficult, maybe not long or difficult, kind of restrictive energy that is now being sort of like, that we're done with, basically, because we've crossed the finish line. It's over. Justice has been had, and once the finish line is crossed, justice will be had, the bells will toll, the prize will be given. Okay? And on the bottom we have the Two of Swords. There's that conversation. The conversation needs to happen. The conversation, the exchange of ideas, the email, getting the email, that needs to happen. That's tied to the metaphorical crossing of the finish line. And again, I can't even make this up. I shuffled these, by the way. It's just the same cards coming back out. Two of Swords and the Four of Wands as celebration. So again, there's about to be a celebration. There's about to be a celebration, okay? I guess just be ready for it. Keep it on your radar, or keep your eyes peeled. There's about to be a celebratory, like, ending and prize giving, on a metaphorical speaking, in everybody's life. Let's pull oracle cards and we're gonna close out your reading. Any last advice here for the collective, all signs? Any last advice for everybody? Any advice? Any advice, please? All right. We've got the key and the hammer. Okay. Key and the hammer. The book, the heart, and the number 8. Huh. So like I said, this is a long time coming, and it has to happen because it's justice also. Because it's fair, it's equitable. You've done, essentially, whoever this is has done the metaphorical race. You've done the race. It's only fair, and it's like almost inevitable that you would cross the finish line. Like if you're in a race, right, you're eventually gonna cross the finish line. There's no way to avoid crossing the finish line. And it's kind of like saying, somebody just needs more time. Somebody has been needing more time. I'm almost getting a sense of stalling from crossing the finish line, because someone's almost like had a peg leg. You know, they've been limping, and it's almost on purpose. Like they don't want to cross the finish line, or someone, maybe you don't want to cross the finish line, even if it comes with a prize, because maybe it brings some sort of change in your life. Maybe it, like I said, 8 of Wands from before, it's going to accelerate and create a domino effect in your life, and you're like afraid of the domino effect. But the advice here is the book, the heart, and the number 8. I mean, I kind of feel like you've taken the time to figure out what you want. You've taken the time to figure out what you want. The number 8 is like the Hermit card in tarot, so that is like really taking the time to look in yourself, sitting with yourself, and being kind of like sheltered, the number 8, to sit with your heart and to learn about your heart, the book and the heart. So this person has taken the time. I mean, take the time. The advice is take the time if you need it. I don't think you need it. I think that you're ready to cross the finish line. I think this person's ready to cross the finish line. Toll the bells, get the prize. On the bottom is the bread. It's like, again, it's that sense of inevitability. Like, you need bread to eat. You need air to breathe. You need to cross the finish line because there's no other path, right? You have to. And it might require a conversation with the mouth here to close out this era and get things moving in like a new era, essentially. Or to just get things moving, period. Because, like I said, there's been a lot of limping towards the finish line. I don't think there has been a lot of movement. And then the last card, I can't make this shit up, is the foot, which is fucking get moving. All right, collective. Whatever you've been limping towards the finish line for, that, starts this new cycle for you, I think it's time to get moving. Take a little bit of time if you need it, but it's time to get moving. Thank you guys for being here. That is your reading, collective. Don't forget to check out Patreon and subscribe, like, all that good stuff. That'll see you guys next time.